This is an RPG that came out several hundred years ago, but it's now been re-released and remastered. It's an all new, like a title screen, new soundtrack. That's going to be hard to get used to because, you know, even though the old one was MIDIs and stuff, I'm sure the new soundtrack is wonderful and everything, but gonna miss those Mario 64 MIDIs. You can hear the birds from what looks to be several hundred miles away. I guess the wind is carrying the sound. You couldn't see it there, but the title screen actually turns from day to night, which is a pretty cool touch. I like good title screens. They set the mood for the kind of game that it's gonna be. The font is not the greatest, but and best of all, this RPG runs at 60 FPS. I can kill enemies instantly on any mode. Yeah, so I know the creator, the esteemed man known as Bad Luck, and named after a 90s Shonen Ai anime, which is I actually like. It's pretty good anime. I'm actually being serious. I actually like that show. Yeah, so I know that he did rework this game significantly. I did like the original. You know, the combat was pretty bad. I played it on story mode before, so the battles weren't even an issue. What I liked about it was actually something that I dislike in modern games, which is open worlds. But the open world in Ara Fell, and this was released in like 2004 or something, right? So it was an open world in an RPG Maker game, but it actually was pretty interesting to walk around in because of the complexity of its layout and pathways, and there was all sorts of secrets everywhere. You kind of walk under, you know, hidden alcoves and things like that and find exits. You go in a cave in the side of a cliff and come out in some sort of hidden village that was like on the other side or underside of one of these floating islands. And it was just a lot of fun to walk around in because it was so complex and densely packed with hidden stuff. And yeah, I like the characters. They had a nice 90s anime vibe to them, especially Lita Lakata here. She's kind of a famous RPG Maker character, such as it is. So yeah, the original was a cool but rough game. The creator's follow-up game, which was called Rise of the Third Power, more of a political RPG, but that one he'd refined his abilities as a game maker significantly. The battles were actually pretty good in that. So I'm hoping that, you know, with the experience he'd gained not only from making Rise of the Third Power, like 2006 or something, but, you know, in the years in between then and now, he's applied all of that knowledge to make Ara Fell that much better. So yeah, I have high hopes for this being a pretty good RPG. I mean, we gotta look to the indie scene to get any decent RPGs these days, because, you know, Square Enix isn't making them. So we got Adrian here. He's basically the Guri character. You know, you got your Slayers dynamic going on. And they like to bicker. I mean, the characters are pretty. They come off as pretty alive, and I like that about them. Lita's kind of like sensitive about her height, and even her parents make fun of her, as I remember. It's a good like kind of underdog who dreams of, you know, a bigger world kind of dynamic. It's like classic kind of writing. But it works, and, you know, it's actually kind of shocking how many games and, you know, movies and stuff can't accomplish that basic kind of screenwriting dynamic or element. So hey, I'll take an underdog character any day, as long as I actually have something to care about. We got some of these map traversal mechanics, like she can jump over gaps. I remember she could crawl and also swim. So yeah, those added quite a bit of interest to walking around on the overworld. And normally in RPGs, it's kind of bland. You just, you know, move in four directions. But here you have some other things to think about. It's just giving a description of what this character's intent is, which is great to know that the creator actually has an intent for what this character's role is in battles. Power Shaw, baby. plus attack and int. I think that indicates what the ability scales off of. Yeah, Lita is not a typical RPG hero. If a monster throws a rock at her, she's gonna react like a teenage girl who just got a rock thrown at her. Okay, so we got stat customization. This is one of those things that RPGs fuck up a lot, so it's good that at least tons of different things aren't piled into one stat, like, you know, evasion, attack, and defense are all in a strength or something like that. These are all split out, so I guess the fun thing is trying to make a character build and stuff and deciding which skills you're going to rely on. And I don't really have the necessary information to make that decision yet, but I guess I can just pick something. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a way to reset those later. Yeah, this intro is totally different from what the original release way back was. I think it was like some sort of goddess talking to a guy in a storm, but all of this is totally new. This intro dungeon, like tutorials and stuff, it's pretty effective because it just throws you straight into the game. It starts teaching you stuff in an organic way. There's nothing that's like boring or tedious to do. You're getting the first beats of the story, right? It's introducing the concepts, characters, and mechanics like pretty seamlessly, which is it's nice. It's incredible how often RPG devs fuck up simple stuff like this, but they got a handle on it here. Yeah, so Lita saves Adrian from his broken ankle, you know, because girls got to do everything. Due to the fact that boys drool and girls rule. It's that kind of classic anime banter between two characters who, you know, they kind of seem not to like each other, but you know, you just really want them to get together eventually. Let's try fighting these bats. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. It depends on how fast your HP regenerates out of combat. I mean, mechanics that encourage people to do something that is like aggressively tedious, it's pretty bad. I guess if the speed of the regeneration is pretty fast, then it's not a big deal. I know floating islands aren't the most uncommon thing in RPGs, but the one in Ara Fell is kind of cool in the way that the landscape is constructed. Like, you can go into a cave on the surface and then come out like somewhere on the underside on the opposite end of the island. So there's cool little mysterious places like where this ring is hidden. Yeah, that's great characterization for her. She's like, oh no, a skeleton. Like, she's like a teenage girl, which is great. It really stirs my innermost desires of, you know, wanting to be a teenage anime girl adventurer. That's always been my dream. And thanks to video games, I can live out that dream. Thanks, Ara Fell. Hey, Ghost Lady, what's up? I like how she's just asking for directions from the ghost. Hey, that's a cool effect though, with sucking the color out of the image. 8 coins, dude. See, I actually like if a game's economy is well constructed enough, then currency as a reward for exploration is actually pretty cool, because you can actually get excited to find 8 coins. And I haven't seen what kind of stuff is available to buy yet, or like how significant that will be, but yeah, it's a cool thing if, you know, finding 8 coins in a chest is actually like a big deal. Buying like some kind of equipment or upgrades or something with that. Based on what I saw in Rise of the Third Power, I think this will probably do a pretty good job with that. Hey, there's that color effect. That's cool shit, dude. Yeah, my D-pad on my controller, it creaks a lot. Still works though. If I really want it to be legit, I get like a SNES to USB adapter. Play this with the SNES controller. Yeah, but now you can go through the magic barrier. Wait, she just sleeps in here? That's kind of cool. I mean, I guess it's safe. I wouldn't want to sleep next to a cliff though. If you rolled over, dude, you'd be fucked. Oh, that's so Lita, dude. She's just sleeping peacefully in this ghost cave. Hey, fuck you, man. This is my anime boyfriend. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, I mean, the music sounds pretty competent. I mean, there's no like harmonic disasters that I've heard so far, which is a big problem in a lot of indie games. What the fuck is happening in this song? Why why do these games keep doing this to me? I'm always gonna miss the old midis, but you know, whatever. Oh, hey, that background that's totally new. I guess that new background must have been custom made for this. It was different in the original version, but it really needs some atmospheric perspective to put it to like push it back. She's still sleeping, dude. Hey man, I don't mind a girl sleeping on my vegetables. If I was selling those vegetables, I would put up the price. I would market that a girl slept on them. Edmond's such a dick, dude. He's like, dude needs to take a serious chill pill. This is such a nice room and like world and stuff. Usually I hate caves, but you know the caves of Ara Fell are so like vibrant and full of life. You got the sunbeams, butterflies, you know, plants. This is like most medieval worlds I would never want to live in for any reason, but oh, cool bed animation, dude. So she finally just woke up now. She's not even aware of having been brought back. Oh, dude, her mom is hot. Wait, so man, this is some deep characterization here. He says her mom, you know, said she didn't want to spend her life picking apples or whatever, right? Too, but you know, she's still here. So I guess her dad successfully, like, you know, beat all the ambition out of her mom. You know, probably not literally. I mean, figuratively. Domestic abuse is not acceptable in this day and age. So he's trying to do the same thing to Lita, right? And you know, she's not gonna fall for that. Oh, we drop him some lore now. Okay, so Ara Fell used to be on the ground, and it was lifted up using magic, according to this book. Yeah. Okay. So we got some vampires. Oh, that's cool that you can change it whenever you want. See, that's a cool thing. I like an RPG dev who, you know, who has confidence in their story and realizes that, you know, if their battles aren't good or someone's not enjoying them, then, you know, just get them out of the way so that, you know, they're not like a source of tedium for the player. Yeah, this lady was gonna be the hero of a different RPG, but this Edmund guy just like ruined all her dreams, dude. Oh man, her mom is so cool. She knows exactly how to speak to a teenager, right? She's like on her side, but kind of saying like, you know, we gotta negotiate with your dad, right? So you can get what you want, and also you should go out and knock on all the cute guys. See the results you can get. Like, you gotta talk to a teenager. Like, you gotta be reasonable, man. She'll let her go out and do her thing, but you know she doesn't want her to get fucking killed by a vampire. And she, you know, that's pretty reasonable. Cause you know, fucking adults are always talking to, you know, kids like they're aliens or something. It's really disgusting. Hey, this girl's cool. I hope she joins my party, but you know, she's probably just a merchant. Reset level. Okay, yeah, so you can respect your characters. That's good. So that means like the stat choice that I made, and you know, I don't really have any frame of reference for that. But you know, change my mind later. Okay, yeah, that looks better. It looks like there's actually some atmospheric perspective on the background now. So it looks like it's actually far away. When it was showing it earlier, it looked like it was like right next to us. Man, I remember people complaining about Ara Fell having like you know, birds and stuff everywhere, but there are RPGs where people would map in a really chaotic way that was hard to read, but Ara Fell always had really clear pathways that, you know, easy to identify and follow. So that criticism was, you know, kind of garbage. You know, there's a lot of stuff around, but it's not like it's hard to navigate or you don't know where to go. I can swim to go talk to this NPC. Oh, that's awesome, dude. The NPC actually rewarded me for, you know, that sends a good signal to the player that says, you know, you should go into the water and like look around because there's gonna be stuff that's worth seeing. Violence isn't cool. I'm just kidding, it is.